Alright guys, what's up? Brandon here. Uh, as I said before, we're going to go over this whole TradeNet thing. We're going to take a talk, go through some stuff that I don't find very promising, stuff that doesn't sit easy in my stomach, stuff that doesn't make any sense to me, because in the world of TradeNet here, if you've dealt with them before, it had any issues with them, it's hard getting any kind of real solid information from them. It's very, very call center-y, it's very commission-based, it's very push, push, push. If you sign up for a trial, I did a little test on a couple different app fake numbers to sign up for a trial there and go just kind of see what would happen, and they called you 15, 16 different times from 100 different numbers, all spoofed for U.S. numbers, but of course none of them are from the U.S. Bottom line, can you withdraw money from them if you make money for them? Well, yes, clearly. They have to give out some money to some people, so they can't be considered as a full-on scam. But let's go over some of the main points that are my biggest problem here. Mir owning the entire thing, all three, the Colmex, the TFS, the TradeNet, that's been proven. He claims it's not. That's kind of like the first case in point of what I have with the whole system. This tweet from this guy, Anthony, asked, Mir is TradeNet and TFS, everything, all in one, all combined. You're obviously a part of all of them. And he said, hey, Anthony, no, I'm not. TFS is looking and hiring traders outside of TradeNet. I believe there's an application from their website. What? Like, I can't make any sense of that. It's clearly they're all one entity. TFS is not TradeNet. Well, okay, well, let's test that. Here's an email sent out to info@tefsec.com. Generalized questions to TFS about open up account. Can I trade pre-market? Just the bullshit questions to see if we can get them to answer. The reply was, and now this is messaging TFS, of course, saying that they are no part of TradeNet. And right back to it, Bert Simmons here replied, and right as you see the top here, Bert Simmons at tradenet.co.uk. Dear Brandon, I hope this email finds you well. My name is Bert Simmons. I work for TradeNet, and I will answer all your questions one by one. Feel free to send me an email for any use. Okay, you are TFS, you aren't TFS. Do you even have any idea what's going on? Are you just a marketing guy, like mere things that just don't make sense? If you can make sense of these things for me, fantastic. I'm just going to go over things in this video that don't make any sense to me, and then have like little red flags to them. So far, thus far. Now, let's get into the whole, Mir owning everything. And the shitty part about that is, like, the breakdown. Like, let's say, Mir does own the TFS, which is apparently not even a brokerage. It's not anything. I can't find anything on TFS. I can find things on Colmex, regulated in an offshore, blah, blah, blah. Is that sketchy? Absolutely. Is TradeNet sketchy? Absolutely. Is SureTrader sketchy? Absolutely. Anything overseas that takes American money saying you can do this, this, and this without 100% sketchy. Please don't ever pretend like there's something super legit about these companies that are evading taxes, evading regulations, are not sanctioned by the SEC. TFS is nothing sanctioned by TFS. And just to touch on that here, this is from TFS themselves in the agreement. As I was reading through, in this highlighted line right here, it says the provider understands that TFS is not a brokerage firm and holds no license or registration from any regulatory authority, but is a private company engaged in one of the following activities. Trading in various financial instruments solely for its own account, including but not limited to, and it just gives you a bunch of bullshit filler saying it could be engaged in these following. So him having this middleman, could he screw your orders? Can they screw with your orders? Absolutely, 100%. This is proof. They're giving you it in the terms. Could they edit and mess up your orders and put you down when you're way up? Yes. They have that possibility. Do they? I don't know. There's no proof. The only proof I have is a proof I'm getting from all these random people, right? So to bring us to our next point here is if TFS isn't a brokerage and it's only trading demo and only trading contracts for difference, which don't affect the market whatsoever, why the amazing fees? Why these $50,000, $9,000 fees? This was a tweet compiled from David here. He got switched without warning to equities randomly on TFS, which isn't a brokerage, so I don't even know how that happens. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe I'm missing something at that point. But TFS is essentially, to me, Colmex. Mir claims it's not. I'm assuming to evade some kind of SEC or laws or taxes or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I'm getting annoyed by the entire thing. But this David guy messages Scott Malatesta. This is a guy that is a admin trader, whatever, through TradeNet, and he's like, "Hey, I was switching equity, blah blah, without warning." Mir says in a couple different tweets that has never happened. No CFDs just get randomly switched to equity. Nothing like that would ever happen. Well, that kind of goes with this 3-cent rule that just magically came out with TFS that I was completely not aware of, which they don't even state in the terms. They just randomly put this Band-Aid on because, again, too many pro traders were going over to TradeNet and just destroying them with their accounts, and that's why these big $50-some-thousand fees that don't make any sense come about. The reply to Scott, after of course we've proved that Mir is saying that CFDs don't get switched to equities, that never happens, blah blah blah. One of the biggest things Mir pushes is come over to TradeNet where there's never hard to borrow fees. Okay, clearly. Well, in Scott's reply here, you can see here from this email, it says, as far as the change, this is a step in the right direction as you can now combine your increased share size within the equities market and progress your trading to the next level. If TFS isn't a real company and isn't a real brokerage, how are they getting into the equities market? That's right off the TFS website. What? I don't know. I don't get that part. Brings me another small point. If you ever match up these two level 2s, which I've done personally, there's a lot of times where the TFS is off. It's not a real brokerage. It says right in the TFS that the data that applied could be completely wrong. That's why these crappy fills happen, and this magic 3-cent rule got applied randomly where the fills need to be within a fillable. You might get filled within 3 cents now. Okay, well, before he preached, no slippage, no hard to borrow fees. Like, where's all this, just randomly these pro traders coming in and just destroying TradeNet. So they're magically changing all these rules, which they can because they're not sanctioned. Sketchy. So obviously, the marketers call you, they push these large accounts, they get the commission fees off them, that's where the money's made. TFS, relies, if Mir, all CFDs are somewhat hedged, well, he doesn't say yes, and he just avoids the question if TFS hedges your trades. Well, they have to because they're banking 100% solely on new traders coming in, blowing up accounts, and that's where they snake their money, right? They only give you 2 intro accounts and then push you to buy the bigger ones because they're pocketing all the money and they can pay out the small amount of winners that come in there, and that's why they don't regulate how many accounts you can get. You buy 3,000, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. They don't care. That's all commission based. It's all pool money for TradeNet to pay out the people that actually do win. And the sad truth is, newer traders should not be trading with this kind of capital. This is what blows up accounts, like the 80,000, 180,000. This is the psychology behind new developing traders. Isn't meant for that kind of position size, so they're already setting you up for failure, giving you these general guides to trade and come mirror my trades and make money. Literally said that in some of his old YouTube videos. Look him up. Like, again, I'm completely against shadow trading, much less Mir's demo accounts and whatever the fuck. I don't know. It's annoying. It doesn't make any sense. And if you compare the level 2s, yes, TFS is off, and legally in their terms, they aren't a brokerage or anything, so they can be. And too bad, pretty much. I don't know, and I got some of the screens of some of the other stuff posted. If there's no routing fees, how did this guy get hit? There's one guy that get with a 52.6, and then a 58,000 other one. There's 2 separate guys that get hit with more than 50,000, which have been resolved. Obviously, they're going to pay them off and pay them out so they stop posting this proof, and TradeNet doesn't get outed, having multiple shell companies. And you see, I have a couple screenshots saved to the posted where the company. True or not, I have no idea. If the sheet is true, financial sheet is true, they don't have any money. Well, I don't know if that's true or not. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. At this point, we're just talking about the fees and routing fees and share sizes and trading CFDs. If you go to a real UK CFD provider that is sanctioned in the UK, which I can't find anything about TFS or Colmex being sanctioned anywhere for equity CFD trading. Colmex, I can find Colmex being a Forex SEC. I can find that on the sanction list, but I can't find anything about equities or CFD. So I don't think Colmex or TFS is approved for that like he says. I can't find it. Maybe you can. I just haven't had any luck for it. But these magical routing fees, again, Mir had tweeted saying, oh, he traded 1.1 million, or no, in that video, in his reply video, he said 1.1 million trades. He was abusing the system. That doesn't make any sense because right in your TradeNet terms of agreement, like it says, there's no limit to how many shares. There's no such thing as liquidity here. It's a CFD. It's a contract for deals. You're not affecting the market. So don't say we have to send these hedgers out to get liquidity. What? That doesn't make any sense. Like you're going to hedge everything and you're losing is what happens. So you magically gathered this 52,600 fees for the million shares. You can see here the guy, you know, P&L gross 68K almost on this trade, and they clawed back 52,600 with magical fees. 7 different symbols. Obviously, the tickets are 279. Do the math on the 0.0015 times, fuck, I don't know, a million. That's going to be like 16,500 in fees, and then you got whatever the ticket prices are. A few grand there, 279 at only round trip 350 comes nowhere near 52,600, and he claims. Again, CFDs don't go with equity, TFS isn't a brokerage. How it doesn't make any sense. How do you get these fees? You know, someone's got to have some kind of like knowledge base here. Someone's got to give me a, you know, some proof. I don't know. I don't know. Well, this is the last kind of little point here. The advantage of trading CFDs. This is, again, right off the TradeNet website. This isn't a picture or anything like that. This is just them saying, you know, high execution speed, buy and sell orders of regular stocks, go through a long process, which when the order send to the broker, blah, blah, blah. We all know this happens in volume and liquidity, how you get filled, how the fees work, hard to borrow fees. If you go through any American company, you'll get hard to borrow fees. They claim TradeNet has no hard to borrow fees. That's one of the biggest pushes. Even on the TradeNet site here, CFD is between you and your broker alone, making the execution super fast. Okay, if it's between me and my broker alone, and you have the hedge to pay yourself or take the loss, great. But why would you get giant hard to borrow fees if it's between you and your broker alone? Because the broker has to go get them, I guess. But again, he says no hard to borrow fees in multiple old videos. So again, so in conclusion, not a lot of this stuff is adding up. And if you do a little bit of the research, you look at this, you know, the stuff we're looking for here. Is it a full-on scam? Can you get paid? Kinda. Like, you're gonna get paid. Like, they have to pay out some people, right? They have to be like, you know, oh, you can easily get, you know, they can't just screw everybody out of their money, right? Like, somebody's got to get paid. But in conclusion, should you use TradeNet? I mean, just go into it knowing well on that this isn't a, you know, super legit setup. Can you get paid? Sure. I think the trader that's going to come in here and utilize a few hundred shares in mid to large caps, get in, get your money, get out. Go to a regular brokerage. Don't put all your pennies in one pot here with TradeNet. You got that Will Kerriman guy. I don't know much about him, but I just watched a couple videos on him, like messing up one of his screen shares where it shows him trading demo. And all he does is push, 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 of course, getting all his profit from affiliate links, which a lot of people do, and that's why they press you to buy the upper accounts, and that's why they give out the deals. That's why they harass you from 1,000 different American spoof numbers. The whole thing is fishy. You should just like, sure, trade. It is fishy. Yes, can you get paid? Sure. Would I go in here with a professional setting and start trading thousands of shares in mid to large cap? No. They'll probably screw you. And there's been multiple proofs coming through. TradeNet is paying off these people to take down these blogs. And proof posting, it's all in the pudding. It's all been out there. It's, you know, the damage has hopefully been done. I can't recommend it if you're going into it. You know, for a learning package, I think $3,000 to get a fake demo account is way too much. Save up, get the equities. If you guys are interested, come up in the year. I'm gonna build an account here. Like I did a couple tests on intraday options using the PD2, and I used the Robinhood the entire time. And I'm gonna see if I can build an account with a very tiny start and get to the non-PDT rules. You know, some of these guys, I just can't agree with TradeNet's push, 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 and they don't limit your accounts. You know, you could just, oh, buy another student package and blow it up. Buy another, that's not, and then they take credit cards. That's just that's just sketchy. You know what I mean? Like, don't be pouring all your money account after account after account, because large sums of these accounts, like when you have this buying power, can screw a lot of early traders because they don't understand as well. They don't respect the money as well. They don't respect the account as well, or they get fat finger mistakes because they're new. And there's so many other options that you're literally trading demo anyway, and it doesn't even give you a good feel of real market unless it's like that intro kind of, you're getting filled randomly. The 3-cent rule on CFD is now being implemented. I don't know. The whole thing just doesn't sit well with me, and I've gave you the reasons why it doesn't sit well with me. There's a lot of misinformation, a lot of back and forth, a lot of yes and no. They can't prove to me. We've tweeted, we've messaged. I can't get any proof from them. I don't know if Connor's still got a meeting with them, but I have a few choice words for Mr. Mir if that does happen. A few other questions I want to go through. If he does happen to come through. I don't know. I got a few questions written down, like for the SEC stuff, and I don't know, guys. Like it's kind of. I'm just trying to check over some of the stuff I've written down, see if I can touch on anything else with you guys here. I don't know. I'm gonna do Robin. There's ways to build your account. Respect your account. Respect your money, guys. Like you don't have to go, running to these overseas brokers to avoid the pattern days. You don't need to trade every single day. Can't you just sit down, watch the chart, feel the movement, write down your trades. Like, I would have took it right here and wrote it down. And just because you're not seeing the trade and execution and all that stuff, it's still going to help you to sit C time. Use TOS as Think or Swim. There's other demo platforms that you can pay for that are very small fee, and you're going to get the same exchange. Like, oh, but I can make money with TFS. Maybe. I see you can make a lot of money with affiliate links. As far as like withdrawing a couple grand here or there, of course they have to pay out some people or it'd be a complete scam. They'd be completely busted. It has very period schemey looks on it. There's lots of shell companies. I'm reading right here, like there's TradeNet Global UK Ltd. There's TradeNet in Eden Islands. There's TradeNet I don't know, all this crap. And with the random fees, and saying he abused the system, he of course had to get feed $50-some thousand. What are you even talking about? Like I don't know. So in conclusion, can you use them? Great, sure. Yeah, I recommend them from maybe mid and large caps, a couple hundred shares here or there. Get in, get out, get your money. Watch the spreads, because that's where CFDs make their money on the hedge, the spread. That's why they make you short the bid, long the ask, because they're hedging. Like and mirror against, well, now TFS doesn't hedge. So much misinformation, so much things I'm missing. Maybe I'm missing one of the biggest points. I don't know, but from what I can tell, what I'm reading, it doesn't make any sense to me. I'm not going to be pushing any affiliate links with them. Grow your account American. Use the PDT rule. Trade you 3 times. Trade Monday, Wednesday, Friday. One big trade. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Write it down. What happened? Log your stuff. This is a very, you got to trust the process. It's a very long process. And if you want to use some of these other brokers, you have a better off chance taking a freaking debt consolidation loan, putting the 25 grand in there for a debt consolidation, paying the couple $100 a month, because most people are blowing up these TFS accounts monthly anyway. Like, I don't know. There's lots of ways to get around it. There's lots of demo accounts. If you want to use something like TFS, it doesn't train you for the real world, with the spreads and all that stuff and how you get filled, and, limit orders are absolutely terrible there. So, I don't know. That's my check on it, guys. I would, travel your own risk. Is it a full-on scam as far as saying you can't get paid? No, because you can get paid through affiliates and through a couple thousand bucks. I know you have to make a minimum. If you're going over the terms, you have to make $5 grand in your first year. They shut you down. Like, all that's in the terms. Like, I don't agree with any of that, because I don't think new traders are. If we're building accounts and we're doing $30 a day, $50, $100 a day, are you going to make $5 grand in a year? Maybe, but you're going to get with all sorts of fees, and they're making money off you to keep going, and as far as like a full-on scam, no. But am I going to use them anymore? No. I've personally experienced tech issues where my account would go down, and I have friends all around, on the channel, and I'm like, hey, and even in my area locally, is your account still? Oh, I'm working fine. There's no reason for my account to have latency or down disconnected, because the whole server would be down in my location or on the same CDF6 or CDR or whatever the server 6 now. I forget what they renamed them, because they swapped their servers around randomly, because it's all this demo shit anyway. So I don't know. I've had technical issues. I've taken big losses under tech issues, which I thought were kind of fishy. So worst case scenario, I'm gonna help you guys with an intraday account or an intraday options trading account through real brokerage like Robinhood, and teach you guys how to set up a couple different brokerages. Like, set up a Tastyworks with $500 in it, set up a Robinhood with $500 in it, get used to 2 different platforms, and then you can trade once a day, every day, avoiding at least one big trade. And a lot of new traders shouldn't be taking 50 tickets a day, 30 tickets a day, 20. That's way too much in commissions. Once you swap to a real account, you'll have that tolerance build up. You'll have that mindset built up where you don't need to trade. Sometimes I trade 6 tickets. That's kind of a lot. Sometimes I trade 50 if I'm scalping something, but I've been also doing this for almost a decade, so it's a little different when you're building these accounts and you're not taking into consideration the risk of all the commissions adding up and stuff like that. There's other options. I'd rather see you guys save up, and take these trades 3 days a week, get up, put in the work. Then you have respect for your account. If you hand somebody $500 to give you 14 grand to go blow at the casino, or 3,000 and they hand you 80 grand, you're not going to have respect for the account, or at least a lot of people don't. Some do, some don't, but are you going to make $5,000 at the end of the year to keep that account open for them? I hope so. But that's all I got for you guys today. We'll see you, chat.